And I would be remiss if I didn't ask about the legendary stories with the president, with Jack Kennedy.
Oh my God! What have I gotten myself into?
I don't know.
They told me you were so wonderful.
I thought you went to... I am completely innocent, dear. Completely innocent.
What do you want to know?
Whatever you're willing to tell us. Whatever you're willing to... No.
I think we can all agree that President Kennedy was a fantastic president, and don't we wish he was running now?
Exactly.
And it's because I don't want to make jokes about it. I campaigned for Senator John F. Kennedy in 1960 in a barnstorming tour. It's in books, so you can read about it. And, you know, I was feverish to have him win, as many of us were. And I just can't say enough how lucky I was to be in the midst of that entire family on several occasions for wonderful, wonderful days and evenings of glorious pleasure. So. And I mean that. I know I've met Jackie twice. I knew Ethel. I knew Joan. And I was with them all. And they were incredible. And I was very lucky.
And on a sad note, were you not making this picture, The Killers, when you learned that he had been killed?
Yes, the scene where I'm walking to Cassavetes in the junkyard, and I have pink turban on and all. That's the morning that he was killed. We were supposed to start shooting that day, but we weren't ready. And so we postponed it to the following Tuesday when everything was back to order. But, sorry, Nancy Wilson sings the song when John isn't she great? Oh. When John and I are dancing at a party and she's singing Too Little Time, and it's by Hank Mancini, she had to sing that song, record it, knowing the president had been killed. Yeah, because Friday, everything got moved to Friday, and then everything got moved because we just didn't have our production ready. So yeah, it was hard to make the film and that's why we didn't get cozy. You know, Ronnie Reagan was, of course, a heavy Republican, and we had just lost an incredible man and a Democrat and all that stuff. So it was not a happy set. It was a very sad set, of course, needless to say. So, but we got through it because you have to. So it happened that day.
Another person that you worked with in a very interesting but strange film is Marlon Brando in Arthur Penn's The Chase. What was that like? I mean, people seem to have very different opinions about working with Brando. What was your experience?
Well, now The Chase would not be here tonight, film noir, but it was noir because it was so weird.
It's an erratic film, shall we say.
Yes, you know much more than I do about it. Was it Lillian Hellman who wrote the script?
Yes.
Is it? Yes. And Alan would know, Alan Rhodey, God bless you. And everybody had a different opinion about how evidently the screenplay came in not completely satisfying to everyone. And Marlon had his input, Lillian Hellman had hers, Sam Spiegel had his, Arthur Penn had his opinion, and it was just a mishmash of misguided direction and fighting, and Marlon was fighting for his son with, is it Anna Kashfi? Yes, and so he was miserable. It was a miserable set.
Glad I brought it up.
It has some wonderful moments, and
well,
it certainly
you and Brando are really good in this film.
Well, it's not that much of a part, but it was nice. Okay, I'll cheer you up a little. I was in London and I had met a fella called Burt Bacharach, and I went to London with him, and he took on the movie What's New Pussycat while we were there. And the producer of that was a good friend of mine, and so that's sort of how that got made. But they were recording What's New Pussycat, Tom Jones, and yeah, isn't it fantastic? And they called me to the phone, and I said, nobody knows I'm here. It was at the recording studio. And I said, it can't be for me. It's your agent, Dick Clayton. He wants to talk to you. Oh, all right. So I went out and talked to him, and he said, got a script offer for you. But the trouble is, it shoots in 2 weeks, and will you do it? It's Marlon Brando and Jane Fonda, and oh God, the long Robert Redford, Robert Duvall. And I said, well, I don't know. I'd have to see a script. And he said, Angie, it's Marlon's wife. Just take it. And I took it over the phone sight unseen, and I sure wasn't sorry. Oh, he was incredible. He was very funny. Not many people knew how funny he was. And he loved to put you on. He'd love to see you turn beet red.
So what did he do to make you turn beet red?
Asked me lots of questions that I couldn't answer.
I see.
Even to my closest friend. He was really bad that way.
I see.
And wonderful. What an actor. Oh, my God.
Now, I had no idea. Dick Clayton was your agent?
Did you know him?
I knew Dick Clayton.
Oh, my God.
Yes, because he was Tab Hunter's agent, and I wrote Tab's autobiography.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, I met Dick and talked to him a number of times.
I think Dick gave Jane Withers her first screen kiss. For those of you who know who Jane Withers is. It's correct, I think. And Dick was a lovely guy, and he sure was smart to tell me to go to work and play Marlon Brando's wife. Yeah.
And do you remember after that you did the next film we're about to see, Point Blank, and how much of that was actually shot in San Francisco? There's a part of this film that is here. And did you actually do any of the stuff here?
No, they brought me to San Francisco to be on the set for publicity. When you're a woman on a set and you are thin, not like now, you do a lot of publicity and a lot of photographs because they have to publicize the movie. And they photographed me on Alcatraz in an incredible layout of clothing. Mini skirts were just, solid in, and it was one of the greatest layouts ever. But that's all I did in San Francisco.
Fashion shoot on Alcatraz.
Yeah. Life magazine, January, February of '67. And so if it's on Google or YouTube or something.
Yeah. Let's go find that.
Great.
I can't believe we didn't have a slideshow of it here tonight.
So in answer to your question, I didn't shoot anything up here, and they just did the sequence of the inside the prison and some shots of it and of him swimming away.
Right. And now
because then he goes to L.A.
Be careful now. We don't want to give away too much of the plot for people who haven't seen the plot. But it is a very interesting, very almost experimental film. If you have not seen Point Blank, it is a very different approach to a crime film.
At that time, it was very innovative.
And do you recall making the film if you thought that John Borman knew what he was doing, or was he crazy, or what was your take on it?
Well, when you were shooting it, it's like shooting you just shoot that one scene. You're not seeing the movie. And but I do remember liking the script and that it was kind of different. And
we
I
should.
like that.
You mentioned earlier that we should warn the audience, those of you who haven't seen Point Blank.
Well, prepare them.
We should prepare you for the fact that Angie doesn't actually appear in the film for about a half an hour or so.
Yeah.
So if you're
So
sitting
if you
on
have
pins
to
and
pee.
needles waiting, like... Exactly.
No, don't pee once he gets to L.A. Oh, man. Oh. He is...
That is a blurb that should be on the DVD.
You know they have a thing on the internet, Run and Pee.
What's this?
You
now?
don't know that?
No.
Any of you know it? Yeah, Run and Pee, and it tells you when the movie is dull and you can go pee. I'm right? It's true.
Wow.
It's my Bible.
That's amazing. That is priceless.